Hello everyone, Kay here on my new homestead in Tennessee, and welcome to my kitchen. I made the biggest haul of greens this morning in the rain and mud, and I have Ford hook chard, rainbow chard, collards, and some kale in here. And I want to share with you Southern style braised greens. You know I love to make one pot meals, and this one is an easy one with only 5 main ingredients, including garlic, which I didn't have. And I went out and pulled, that smells so good. I went out and pulled this garlic fresh. You can see it's still dirty, and we're going to chop this up, and it's going to absolutely give this a great aroma. So let's get started. Okay, here we have our ingredients. I've got the greens all trimmed, and the way I like to do it is I like to cut off the stalk, chop that separately, and put that in separately because it takes a little bit longer to cook. Now, if you're going to cook this for an hour and a half, it doesn't matter. And that's what a Southern recipe tends to call for. But I don't like to cook my greens that long. And the green part, it cooks down very quickly. So what we have is approximately 2 bunches of greens, chard, whatever you choose, beet tops, collards. Get those prepared, and you're going to have 1 onion chopped. You're going to have 5 garlic cloves chopped, but I'm using the fresh garlic, which I have chopped, including some of the greens. And 3 pieces of either pork or turkey bacon. And I like to chop it, it just cooks easier. And what you're going to do is you're going to cook this first, and then you cook the onions and garlic into that. I've got some pepper flakes, about 1/8 of a teaspoon, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of red wine vinegar. And because I like to use coriander in everything, I used to say that. I have a coriander episode on the original late bloomer. I have put in some of my coriander seeds that I've saved. And then you're going to have 1/2 cup of chicken broth. In a large soup pot, you're going to fry the bacon until it's rendered its fat and is crispy on medium heat. I don't eat pork bacon often, but in the South, it's very, very common to use the flavor of lard or bacon. But what you want is that smoked flavor, and you can get that even without meat. But in this case, we're using pork bacon that has no added nitrates or antibiotics. Okay, it's starting to get crispy, and collect those sticky bits to the bottom of the pan. While that's cooking, if you're new to my channel, I was an urban gardener in Southern California for 8 years and made about 700 videos for my channel. And last December, I moved to this place in Tennessee, my home state, and I always wanted more space, and now I've got it, and I'm developing a big garden, trying to make it sustainable here with my own water and heat sources and so forth. And I am also sharing, and have been sharing the whole time, recipes that are taken from things I'm growing in the garden. So that's the inspiration for any of the videos that I make in my kitchen. So I hope you'll subscribe and click the bell for notifications. Scroll down and click all so you won't miss anything right here. And if you have a Southern recipe or a one-pot recipe, something that you would really love me to feature on this channel, please write me the recipe at latebloomershow.com/contact, and then I'll have it right in front of me. So I hope you do that. I hope you subscribe, and let's get back to cooking. It's pretty much rendered all of its fat. A couple more pieces in there, but I think that's fine. Now we're going to add the onions. You want to cook the onions until they're translucent. Couple more minutes. You can add a pinch of salt if you like. I don't use much because the bacon has salt in it. Ooh, that smells amazing. Adding the garlic. I'm going to cook this for about 2 minutes. At this point, I'm going to add my stalks. And my chicken broth. With another pinch of salt. Now we need to wait till this comes back up to a slow boil. There, it's starting to come up. I'm just going to scrape with my wooden spoon. Make sure all the little sticky bits get off the bottom. You could also put the broth in before you put the stalks in, so you can see what you're doing better. But I can see that the bottom is getting cleaned from the hot broth. See? It's at this point I'm going to add my coriander. These are whole coriander seeds that I grew, and this is obviously to taste. And now I'm going to add my green tops. You might have to work them in 2 batches, depends on the size of your pot. But you want to cook them until they wilt so that you can work them all in. If you've never cooked greens before, you'll be shocked at how much they cook down. At this point, you want to turn this on low. I'm just trying to get them all kind of wet before I put the lid on. Okay, we're going to put the lid on and we're going to cook it for 30 minutes minimum. But you can cook it up to 2 hours. The more you cook it, the more southern it gets. Okay, I'm going to cook my greens for about 45 minutes, and you can stop at 30 minutes, you can go up to 2 hours. If you go into a southern style restaurant, you might find that the vegetables are really cooked down, but I don't want my greens complete mush. So we're going to check this in about 45 minutes. Okay, this is looking just perfect for me. You could keep going, but I'm going to keep it right here. It looks like I still got chunky pieces. And the greens are pretty cooked down. You know, you could put a potato in here the last 30 minutes and have a meal. Okay, my stomach has been growling the whole time I was cooking, so I can't wait to dive into this. If you like it really hot, you can put your pepper flakes in when you're cooking, but I like it just sprinkled on top at the end, right before serving, along with the vinegar. It just gives it that, that thing. I do like my pepper. Okay, let's try this. Try to get everything in one bite. Okay, that's a big bite. Wow. Thank you so much for watching. That is delicious. I got it right off the top with all the pepper flakes. It is pouring and thundering once again. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. If you enjoyed this video, please watch these. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And I'll see you in the next video.